How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy OB with television. How y'all doing today? I know I'm a day late, but technical difficulties. Trying to get my internet fixed. Got it fixed. So I came up first thing in the morning to go ahead and drop this vid. There's some heartbreaking news. As y'all seen last Sunday, Trey went down with a broken ankle. Biggest thing I took from that game, honestly, man, is just simply seeing Trey running and not going down. As a running quarterback in the NFL, this is not college. You're not going to be bigger than everyone. You're not going to be faster than everyone. Same thing with college, but I think college is more lax, especially protecting the quarterback in the hits. NFL is more like, if they scramble, they free will. And learning how to slide is another big thing. Because I can see his ankle got caught up under him trying to go down. But he should have been down before he even got close to contact. Protect yourself at all costs. Point blank period. But the upside to that is, I've seen some more news that Trey may be back week 14. Playing him? I don't think so. Me personally, I wouldn't play him. I'll put him in certain packages probably, but I'm not playing him. You may just got off a major injury, and I don't see you playing. I mean, regardless of you, you're able to come back. I still don't play you. It's just something that I prefer not to do if I was a coach. And it leads to Jimmy. It's your opportunity to redeem yourself. I ain't even gonna say redeem yourself. I'm gonna say more or less just bounce back in a sense. Coming off that NFC Championship loss, because all you do is win, to be honest. And a lot of people feel now that, Trey out, our percentage or chances of going to the Super Bowl went up. I think, regardless who's starting, I see my team go to the Super Bowl every year. I don't care who's there. I believe in the team. And another thing, I just hate seeing certain 49er fans just, going back and forth. Jimmy, we need Trey, this is Shanahan's fault, this is everybody's. Listen, it's a game of football. People gonna get hurt. And when people get hurt, the next man up. The best thing we did all season, other than signing Debo, was getting Jimmy under contract. That was a huge plus. We can't plan for things like this, but in the sense of having him, even though, half the league was like, hi, y'all got all that money on y'all contract, well, we not laughing now. We got a starting quarterback, like I said in my last video. We got 2 starting quarterbacks on our roster. I know we looked at some players to back up our backup, but other than that, protect Jimmy. At least the week 14, well, at least week 16, really protect them all the way through. Because I like having Jimmy. Jimmy really showed something against the Seahawks. He was really putting the ball out there, and that's what I like to see from Jimmy. Actually throwing the deep balls as well. Threw a couple of deep balls, and it was looking decent. Just sticking it to him, even though I hate to say it, like I said, I'm not gonna make excuses. It was a little rain, a little drizzle, but we made it through it. But we was playing against Seattle, and I'm not saying in the sense of they sorry or whatever, because they did beat the Broncos. But we're going against Seattle, a rival, and going against Denver, their defense is actually kind of good. So for us to be able to put up 27 on them, I feel good with that. We also have another injury. Ty Davis-Price had a high ankle sprain. It's unfortunate. First NFL game start, get hurt. And it's like you can't prepare for these things. But good thing we deep in running backs. We got Jeff Wilson. We got Marlon Mack. He got activated to the roster. We still got Debo as well. Juszczyk as well. I'm not going to forget Juszczyk. but we still got depth at running back. So it's like we're not really. When people get hurt, it's like we're not really losing somebody. I mean, we're losing the sense of the person on the field, but we're not really losing the person in the position. We have a lot of people, and that's the upside about it. I think we're a little low on the receiving side, but we're a run defense. I'm gonna say run defense. We're a running team, so we need to have running backs. But going into this Denver game, I'm gonna get off that Seattle game. But going into this Denver game, I think it's more, we gotta face Russell again. Denver is not. It's hard to really explain Denver because they got a first-year coach, but they got an elite quarterback with some good receivers, a decent tight end. I'm not gonna praise their run game as much, but the defense is pretty solid. They got great edge rushers in Chubb and Gregory. So, and our boy up the middle. I ain't gonna say it. Everybody that's X49, I'm not saying their name. Just let you know that I'm not saying their name. You got an X49 at defensive tackle and at the slot corner. But with the speed we have, I don't see, as far as receiving, I don't see Denver really holding us back. I think that, trust and believe, Russell Wilson gonna come out there. It's point to prove, man. It's a lot. It's an old rival. It's the 49ers. You can say kind of understand them. He know them. We're not that. We're not that good on a team with a scrambling quarterback, and that's about 80% of the NFL now. Every quarterback can run and throw on the run and extend plays. So it's like we should be preparing for this. But Russell, the last couple of games, I feel like he's real timid. Or I don't know if it's the coaching or him. I don't know which one it is, but he seems real timid. And he's not playing like Russell in Seattle. He's playing like a new Russell that I've never seen before. He got all that money. He got a lot of money. But he's not playing like a max, quarterback right now. It's still early in the year, and he's one of these games that we got to win. It's a top team that's and somewhat was a Super Bowl contender. So we got to be able to go ahead and take advantage of it while we can. There's a lot of teams we need to take advantage of. It's a Sunday night game, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see it. We really should have won the first game, to be honest. We should have been 2-0 right now. We should have been in that talks of undefeated teams, but unfortunately, weather conditions. But now we're going to Mile High. We got to deal with their elements and weather and altitude, longitude, all kind of twos out there, So it's gonna be a little change. Like these past 3 games, it's rain, and dealing with breathing now. You know what I'm saying? Because Mile High is a different kind of air out there. So you're gonna see a lot of people tired, a lot of people, still trying to catch their breath, trying to do this, trying to do that. So it's tough. But I'm super excited for this game. I'm super excited. We got our first primetime game this year, and Jimmy at the front. I can see this being a lot of pound running game up the middle. Like I said, they got 2 edge rushers that's just pretty good. Chubb, he coming back in his ways. Gregory, he's pretty good. So it's like we trying to get back. They trying to get themselves back, but I think the biggest key of this game is the ball. It's to run the ball, pound it. Then we get into them play actions. Then we get into them boots, and then we start throwing the ball deep. But we got to put points on the board. And in these past 2 games, not really the second game, but mostly the first game, we had a defense on the field too long, and we're not putting points on the board. We put up 27 last game. But we got to be able to put points on the board. If the defense make us stop, we need to put points on the board. If it's 3, we need to put points on the board. And that's going to keep us, out of reach in games. Because, like I said, that Chicago game should have been like 28-0 before half. I'm probably overextending it. It could be 21-28. And the game would have been done. Then we could coast from there. But the biggest issue we had that game, and I hate to keep going back in the past, is putting points on the board. We got the weapon to put points on the board, but we got to be able to execute. Blocking, Bronskill, we need you back. Straight like that. Kittle, we need you back. Straight like that. Hopefully Kittle can play this game. That changed the whole dynamic of the offense, because that's the key component that we was missing. So it's like, what can we do? Like I said, injuries gonna be injuries. Point blank period. He got a groin injury. Hopefully he back. But he been out for 2 weeks, more than probably 3 weeks. So it's a huge plus on that end. Having Kittle back gonna change the whole dynamic of the game, because we missing the X factor, the extra block, the extra short catch, the extra route running. And it's like people gotta treat George Kittle just like a receiver. So they gonna take their best linebacker out of the picture, or their best corner, best whatever out of the picture. And I'm thinking the X from 49 is gonna try to guard him, but it don't make no difference. It don't make no difference. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And these are a couple of people we worked out. 49ers worked out several quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends ahead of the Broncos game. So we looking at a couple of quarterbacks, looking at a couple of receivers, and a couple of tight ends. And I think just having the idea of really bringing in these people, really trying to open up, hey, we need to open up this offense. And we brought in 2 receivers, 1, 2, 3, 4 tight ends. We brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks for trials. So hopefully having them come in really could push the envelope a little bit, just to get the depth in. That'd be great. And another thing I'm reading off of MileHighReport.com, SB Nation, the Broncos matchup against the 49ers suddenly got more intimidating. The 49ers are down to their second option at quarterback after Trey Lance broke his ankle. Suddenly they are more intimidating. With the way the Broncos have been playing as of late, Broncos fans are much more nervous heading into the games. Now, the team came out to the gate in week 1 and week 2, essentially fell flat on their face. Many things with the Broncos, like the coaching and the offensive efficiency, and not firing on all cylinders. And the latest Broncos of Bunk podcast, my co-host Delton and I discuss how we are even more nervous for the game now that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing. Having Jimmy G really changed the dynamic of the game. This coming off of mine. This is not my podcast. I know I said my podcast. It's not my podcast. It's my podcast in a sense. But having Jimmy out there really changes the dynamic. But at the same time, it really minimized certain things. But in the same sense, it's like he's actually throwing the ball. And he's throwing a deep pass. So it's like, okay, it changes a little bit. It's not the 5-yard dump off, check down. So having that Jimmy fresh, out of surgery, got his shoulders, got his thumb, everything good. The ball had zip to it. It was accurate. It do changes, and I understand why the Broncos get nervous. Even though, in the sense of paper, Broncos got a powerhouse over there. Only thing was missing was a quarterback. Drew Luck wasn't gonna make it happen. Only thing they were missing was a quarterback. Okay, I'm gonna read back to this article. With the 49ers losing their starting quarterback Trey Lance for the season due to a broken ankle, it is now Garoppolo's team to step in. And this might sound crazy, but suddenly their team is better. With Lance at the helm, the 49ers was upset by Chicago in week 1 and started off incredibly slow against the Seattle Seahawks in week 2. Lance got hurt against the Seahawks and Garoppolo came in. Once he was in, the 49ers offense started moving and putting points on the board. That's the main thing I was talking about, putting points up. I honestly would have felt more confident in the Broncos' chances that when if they were facing Lance. Now they're facing Garoppolo, I'm not entirely confident about what the outcome will be, which version of Garoppolo we see. And now the crazy thing about this, what I'm about to say is, that was an unprepared Jimmy. That was unprepared Jimmy. Not in the sense that he wasn't ready, just in the sense that the play calling was primarily for Trey Lance. So it's like, an unprepared, scrap the play, scrap everything that we did, scrap the plan, and just roll with it. Jimmy put up 27 points. I'm gonna say 24 because we already had points on the board before he got in there. That's a scary sight. This is me being honest, it's a scary sight. Now that we go prepared to the Broncos, Mile High, with a focus, chip on my shoulder, Jimmy G, it changes the game. Now, the real question is, I hate to start this, I hope this don't make no controversy, but Jimmy go out there and win the Super Bowl. Do Trey become the backup again? Did we waste picks getting Trey when we should have kept Jimmy? Could we use them picks on something else? And it's like, I'm not trying to bash Trey. Trey did well. But if you got somebody that's, came back, got the surgery, nobody wanted him, potentially trade him mid-season, potentially cutting him, to now he's a starting quarterback again. And if he played well against the Broncos and the rest of the season, what do you do next season? But that's another story for another day. But we want to talk about these Broncos, though. Sometimes I zone out because I'm really thinking like, I want Jimmy to do well. I wanted Trey to do well. But it's like, we got so many options. It's like, it's so hard to keep. Like, I wanted to keep Michael Hasty, but he's gone. Sherman wasn't a big fan of him, not the corner, the running back. I wasn't a big fan of him. So it's like, we got so much depth. It's like, how do you maintain the keeping everyone and keeping everybody on the same page? But I can honestly say that last game in Seattle, the team seemed more explosive. They seem more eager to play. And it's not to say that they don't care for Trey. I'm not saying that, but I guess Jimmy had a different type of leadership. Having him on the field changes how they play. Just like when Devontae Adams said about Aaron Rodgers, you could tell the difference when Aaron Rodgers not at practice and when he at practice. And I think the same thing gonna be with Jimmy, and for the rest of the year. Me personally, just like Kyle Shanahan said one thing about the backs once Mitchell went down, I'm staying with the hot hand. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do the same thing at the quarterback position. Is Jimmy gonna win every game? No. Is Jimmy gonna have every game played well? No. I mean, no one's perfect. But I think Jimmy, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. I think Jimmy gives the better edge right now to get to the Super Bowl. Now, Trey need a little bit more time during the season to really figure him out. He was only played a game and a half this year. You can't really, gauge it. I mean, he showed promises. He showed great passing. He could run the ball, and he's willing to win. So it's kind of hard to really. I'm not even gonna put him in this situation. I'm not even gonna jump into that quarterback debate all over again. But I like Jimmy right now. I like how he's playing. I like the way he was throwing the ball. I just like everything around him. We got Debo. We got Ayuk. We got Gray. We got Jawan Jennings. We got McLeod. We got great people around him, and it's like, there's no way we should struggle. The same team that went to the Super Bowl almost as the same team that went to the NFC Championship almost. I mean, we're missing like one or two players, three maybe. So it's like, we shouldn't be too far off to get back where we need to be. So it's like, we added some pieces, some good pieces. Drake, I like having him. So, once he get himself acclimated to the NFL, that gonna change the game. Having Kinlaw back, once he get himself back rolling, it's gonna change the game. Bosa's gonna be Bosa, so I don't really gotta worry about Bosa. I just really want to see Armstead step it up a little bit. But having all these people back, it just changed the game. Having Womack, that's a new come up coming to replace Kawan. He's playing good. We ain't even got Verrett back yet. So it's like, Ward not back. Then we got Shavarius Ward. He's playing good. It's like the position that we needed to fix, we fixed it in a sense. Only thing I can honestly say right now that my biggest concern is the O-line. But Bronskill not playing, that gonna change. So looking at the Broncos, it's like, if you got the best left tackle in the game, that takes away who's that on that side, Chubb. Now we got to worry about Gregory. And Glinching them boys on there can take them. So now it's like, hey man, we gotta do what we gotta do this game. We gotta get on this road, man. We gotta at least have at least 12 wins. I'm gonna say 11 wins this year to solidify ourselves in the playoffs. I really want to win more games. I really want home field advantage. I want us to control the narrative. Going on the road, it don't matter. Wherever we go, the favor gonna go. Point blank, period. So that's the biggest advantage we had this year. It's the fans. They travel. They make any home game, any away game home. So having all those components, man, what can we do? We gotta win. Like I said, playing the Broncos, we gotta beat them. And I believe this game we can win. It's not me saying that to be biased. I think we can win this game. Like I said, Russell not playing like Russell football. If we maintain him, keep him in the pocket, keep pressure on him, lock up them corners. I mean, that's lock up the corners, lock up the receivers, man. We can't lose. We got Williams and Sutton. I mean, they big receivers though, man. They like 6'2", 6'3". So once we lock in, get up on the board, hit them off early, get up on the scoreboard early. It's in the game. That's the biggest thing we gotta do is in the game. A lot of times we waste time, like I said, we're not putting points on the board. But now we got a prepared Jimmy, a Jeff Wilson, a Marlon Mack. Like I said, right now, my fan, I'm about to go get Marlon Mack. And I encourage everyone to do the same. I mean, we got, 5 weeks before Elijah Mitchell come back. But I got a feeling Marlon Mack gonna start by next week. Jeff Wilson, man, I want you to start. I want you to play like you play against the Cardinals every game. That's how I need you to play. Play like you Jeff Wilson. But I ain't gonna hold you guys too long. But like I said, Marlon Mack, let's go out there and ball out too, man. Welcome to the team. But like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching and listening, being patient with me, getting these videos out. But I'm super excited to continue dropping these videos. Like I said, thank you all. I appreciate you all. You understand, it was from 1 viewer to 1 million views. I enjoy each and every one of y'all. So thank you so much. Like, subscribing, comment, and all of the above. Share all of it, man. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, I enjoy making these videos. Give me an opportunity to clear my head and get some stuff on my chest about the 49ers. Because a lot of this stuff is like, you know what I'm saying? Like looking at the comments, looking at social media, just frustrating sometimes. But this is our team. We're going for the ring, man. I'm trying to see our 6th ring, man. I'm trying to see it soon. I'm trying to see it real soon. We got the team to do it, and we need to go ahead and do it now. We need to stop wasting time and do it now. That's the biggest thing. Do it right now. So thank you again. I hope I like the changes. Like I said, I'm just doing a little bit more with the videos in the back instead of straight pictures. So thank you guys. I appreciate you again.
You know.